Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ass Hat Podcast here on YouTube. Alright, I'm gonna use a wrestling analogy here. What wrestling nowadays, you got your big one, that's WWE. That would be like your Marvel. You got your one that's right behind them. That's your AEW. That would be like your DC. Then you have like Impact Wrestling. That would be your Archie comics, or maybe like a Dark Horse, or something like that. Then you have stuff like SEW Fury, where the people that know of them enjoy it, but they're not one of them. That would be Charlton. Charlton was one of those companies that, even as a kid, their stuff just looked low rent to me. I never opened. Their paper stock was cheap. I didn't like it. They didn't put out lots because by the time I was getting into comics, 70, let's say 77 through till about 80. Charlton was putting out a lot of reprints. It was like a lot of war titles, a lot of westerns, some horror stuff, and no superheroes, which is what I was big into. And then they had a few licensed titles like this. The thing about these Charlton things is that they're starting to get collectible now, because they're usually, when you find them, they're like this. They're in really beat up shape. I mean, got rips and all that shit. And people are going and realize that these things, especially in high grade, are really hard to come by. So these kids titles like this, what are they about for? Kids. And what do kids do with comics? Well, kids take that comic, they'll roll it up like this. They'll roll it up real tight, put it in your back pocket. Bring it to school, pass it around on the playground. Well, kids don't do that anymore. But back in the day, like when I was in school. And I'm grateful my school, my elementary school I went to, Orange Lake Elementary, does not exist anymore. School closed down quite a few years ago, just wasn't enough students. They had no issue with me reading comics. If I was through with my schoolwork, I could still read a comic book. They were happy that kids were actually reading. What this is Charlton Comics, issue 18 from November of whatever, I'll get the year when I get it over, of the all-new, the Flintstones and Pebbles comic book. Now, this Ray Durgo did a lot of these covers. This is from November of 72. The other thing I noticed about Charlton is, let's see where it is. Their staples were not played, but look, they always had odd ads like this monogram, Earth Moon. These were dig it. 4 new snap type drag construction models. You build without glue, without paint, and without help. It's like drag version, dragster versions of like a bulldozer. And this is, like I said, November 72. This is published every 6 weeks by Charlton. Flat colored, looks, they look, Fred's hair's the wrong color. Well, not really. That's the wrong color. But, it's Flintstones. And, Gwen Krause and Ray Durgo seem to be credited on most of this. The art ain't nothing amazing, but it's just one of those where, you do not see anybody ever talking about this stuff anymore. And, okay, this one does have the copyright. Some of this Charlton stuff, they forgot to put the copyright in, so it actually is public domain. So, yeah. Okay, so I was going to look at the staples. The staples are not even on the spine. What I've always heard is that Charlton had their own printing press. They're based up in Connecticut, Derby, I remember. And their printing press is one that was used to print cereal boxes. And the comics were just a side business. Most of their money came out, they did magazines. Lots and lots of magazines. Oh, look, a Huckleberry Hound story. That's a Hanna-Barbera character. Military men. She deserves genuine diamonds from national diamond sales where your credit is good. Let's see here. You pay $20 or $20 a month. Fred's lucky day. And they have the Hanna-Barbera license. I did a video. It might not be up yet. It might be. It was on their Underdog title, which was really good. I read that one. These have been flipped through. I've not read these yet. And you notice these old comics, you get this text page. You know why? By doing that, they qualified under a different type of postage. Probably that's what qualified them for book rate. Media mail. And they got cheaper postage, so they put one, and they knew nobody read this shit. That matter of fact, the first comic work Stan Lee ever did was a 1 or 2 page text story in a Captain America comic back in the Golden Age. Back when it wasn't Marvel, it was Atlas or Timely or one of those. And I found these, the comic shop I go to, I can't call it my local comic shop because there's actually a comic shop closer to me that would be my local comic shop. I just don't go there as often. This guy had 2 long boxes of kids' comics, buck each, or Well, he always said, if you're buying a lot, he'll cut you a little deal. Okay, man, you're buying a stack, 75 cents comic, 50 cents. And I grab these because I don't see these Charlton books that often. And when I do, even in this shape, it'd have $2-3 on it. I'm like, no, I don't want to pay that. I'll pay $1, a little bit less. Statomatic baseball. Well, got me another one. Now this one is issue 33 from October, probably 1974. I like the elephant being scared of the mouse. Where did that trope come from? I always wondered. Is it just because it's comedic? Because you got the big gigantic elephant scared of the little bitty mouse? October 74. Still every 6 weeks. They do have the copyright. And we got Bam Bam and Pebbles going with Fred to the fair. And we got Toothy the Tiger, Max the Mammoth, the Snake. Whoa, shit. I gotta find a better mount. This mount. I bump it and it falls. But yeah, the art is not bad. I like this. She has a wiggle, the tummy tosser. I like, these are ones where, if I had, like, friends come over with kids, but hey, you want to read a comic? I'd throw them a Flintstone comic. And I know some of these did not get their copyright done properly because Wandonalon Comics has put out a collection of some of this Charlton stuff. A lot of Charlton stuff, they just forgot chalk dust. Yeah. Oh, the Abracadabra Magic Shop. I always wanted all this stuff. And then I got that book that shows you a bunch of its junk. And see the edges, like. The Charlton books, and they're always like off register. The pages were odd. It's just everything about them was weird, and they just stood on the. I definitely. Fred loves Creepella. Is this? Oh my God! It's the weird Mr. and Mrs. Weirdly Gruesome, kind of like their monster-inspired neighbors. I didn't know they were in this. I love that. I forgot they were in this one. Dream Diet, 100 decals free, free patches. You can really see the pages there. See that? And then, I never even knew this series existed. All new, the Flintstones neighbors, Barney and Betty Rubble. This is issue number 3. It's from May of, 20 center, so probably 73. Oh my God, look how wacky it is. Barney's going down backwards on his skis. This is published bi-monthly, so you got 6 issues a year. This is from 73. Lover's Liberation. And it's just, you don't see it. Now you're seeing it, but the weird thing is that comics like this that were used back in the day to get kids in the comics, now it's like My Little Pony, where a good chunk of the fan base reading the comics already grown. I know, and I have heard the SpongeBob comic did really well for Bondo. That got a lot of kids in the comics. But back then, you talked to a lot of people my age, a little bit younger than me. What got them in the comics? Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers. I know plenty of people that are my age. They didn't get in the comics until the G.I. Joe comic came out. Man, they watched the cartoon, the Post Wars. They're going to buy the comic, and that's what's kind of hurting the comic market. Is you don't have a lot of youngsters going to the shops. But the other reason why is a parent going to go into the shop and pay why are they going to pay $4 for a comic that'll take the kid 5 minutes to read? Well, for $4, they can get them 2 or 3 games on their tablet and keep the kid occupied for hours, if not days. It's just a price thing. And that's why, I thought when digital comics, I was like, this is a deal. But nope, they charge the same amount. Maybe $1 less. It shouldn't be. I mean, yes, I do know that DC has some titles that are digital only. I think they're a little bit cheaper. But it's just the price. I was like, it's good friends of mine. They have a son who is, I think he's 12 now. I remember a couple of years I was over there and he was wanting to buy something off of me, some video game thing I had. I'm like, dude, I want $20 for it. Oh man, my allowance is only $10 a week. I'm like, wow, $10 a week. That ain't a lot. I'm like, yeah. Until I started working, but once I started working and when I was in high school, my allowance got canceled because I was making money. But even then, my allowance was like $8 a week. I had a lot of chores to do. Betty's birthday. Crash diet, lose up to 5 pounds overnight. Oh God, listen. Learn the secret. TV's fantastic. No pill, no exercise. 1 day reduce in form. Eat your fill, go to sleep, wake up, and you've lost up to 5 pounds. Amazing, sure, but guaranteed to work or your money back. Send only $1, sorry, no cash on delivery. Boys sell grit. Another little 1-page story. And that's it. Oh, look at this. It's the old Dr. Seuss books. And I'm going to throw this out to people talking about, oh, God, they're canceling Dr. Seuss. They're pulling off the shelves. It wasn't from complaints. It was the actual people that own the rights to it said, okay, look, there's some stuff in there that just ain't right. We're going to pull these. And honestly, you look at the list, the only one on the entire list that I read, and I read a fuck pile of Dr. Seuss as a kid, was Mulberry Street. That's the only one on there. And it took me a minute to remember what was in it that would cause it to get pulled. I see that shit, I'm like, man, that's one thing I hate. You got too many people out there that just read a headline and don't do the research, or they just believe what somebody tell them. Like, I can remember, like, there was a story going around, well, hell, it's still going around, that the COVID vaccines, it's got a microchip in it, it can track you. Or it makes you magnetized. The same people believe in that they got married, and they don't want to get it because they're going to be trapped in the ass, walking around with a smartphone in their pocket, and guess what? So all the things got a battery in it, they can track you easy. It's got a GPS in it. Yeah, but yeah, people are like to celebrate how stupid they are, and I see it every day. But back to the comics, Flintstones, just a neat little thing. I thought it was neat and fun, so I grabbed a couple. Will I grab more? Yeah, next time I go to the comic shop, I'll probably dig through this box and grab me some more Charlton stuff just to add, because they got good covers. I'm out, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me that thumbs up. For comments, if you're a comic reader, when you got into comics, was there a comic that got you into them that was not a superhero thing? Was it based on a cartoon or something? I'm sure there was. What was it? Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.